smell for it.
The project is trying to address. What are the objectives of this project? What are the strategic areas of intervention? I will just give a small demo of the prototype. We are developing a prototype. And then suggestions, inputs. Okay. So as I make my presentation, if you have a suggestion anywhere, you write it down. The Holistic E-Learning Project, it is a sister project by UCC, RCDF. Maybe it is a project which is going to try to look at possibilities of addressing the issues of sustainability, the issues of usability of the pipe you are going to be given. When you talk about internet, it's really pipe, but what flows through it is. And UCC set up a project implementation team. It is a team of about 4 educators who have a passion in ICT, who have experience in e-learning, plus 1 monitoring and evaluation specialist. None of these people works with UCC. And we are 5 people, I am one of them. So my presentation is really going to be from the side of the project implementation team. Now, the task which were given to us was to dream about what really should be done, design, implement, study, learn, their lessons learned. So, if you have a dream which you think should be incorporated, you write it down so that we also incorporate that dream. Monitor, document, study, what are the lessons learned, and so on and so on. One good thing was that we were told that we shouldn't fear to make mistakes. Whatever doesn't work, we document, this one hasn't worked, and then we redesign. The problems or the gaps which we thought this e-learning project should address. One, educators have really noted that there is very little collaboration between the schools. It's between urban schools and the rural schools. On joint learning activities, even when the schools come together, they are competing. But there's a lot we can achieve if we learn together, collaborated on these learning activities. The other problem is that there's little access to high quality multimedia digital content for education. This is the other gap which this project is going to address. Then little ICT integration in the teaching and learning. Okay, there's computer literacy, but computer literacy is not integration. When you talk about integration, if personally I have a physics background, can I use the technologies to teach physics? Not to teach what? And then there is very limited supporting environment for e-learning within the schools. So we set ourselves to address just these 4. So what are the aims? Collaboration between rural and urban schools on joint e-learning activities. And we are trying to use 2 platforms. One is the e-learning platform. Can we have a one-stop center e-learning platform where the schools can collaborate on these joint learning activities? The other one is live video conferencing sessions. Can we have video conferencing sessions between the schools so that if there's a geography lesson which is at Mbale SS, can it be attended at the same time by students from Mola High? 2, building capacity of the teachers. We know, yes, you can come with the content, but teachers don't own any content. So they own what they have produced. They know what is relevant, but they may need more skills. And we build the capacity of the teachers, first of all, to identify, because there is a lot of content which is already out there, even before we start producing. But after identifying what's there, can we also build their capacity to develop these multimedia, high-quality digital content, which then can be shared offline, but also on the e-learning platform. Can we promote ICT integration and learning in the different subjects across the curriculum? Then, can we develop contemporary e-learning skills for the teachers and the students? The students, when they leave your school, They'll go to higher institutions. All these ones are integrating e-learning. You as a teacher, yes, can we integrate e-learning in our bit? So those are the aims. Now the first bit we said, yes, we don't know. We can dream, but we don't know. Many lessons we need to learn. So the first bit was, can we start with a prototype? Not a pilot, a prototype. Can we start with a prototype? If you test out whatever you think can work and then come up with a working model. Now within this prototype, 4 schools agreed to participate in the prototype. They agreed to participate, and these are Nabisunsa Girls, Gaza High School, St. Mary's College, and Busoga College, Mwiri. They agreed that yes, we want to be used to test out the thing. Now within the test, the prototype, there are so many questions. I said we are going to do research, baseline, midline, operational research, action research, study them, and so on. So we hope that after the prototype, we should be able to come up with answers to some of these questions. What is the added value of giving high internet connection to schools? It is not the first time. It has been done before, and some schools haven't maintained. They don't see value. Because I think when you see value, you would be able to sustain. What is the added value of these inter-school live conferencing sessions? Do they have any value? Okay, your school attending at the same time with another school and so on. Can teachers create high quality digital content? Do they have the time? Can schools share good quality content with others? Schools want to compete. But you are talking about sharing. Can they share? Can schools get interested in this? Can schools collaborate? What capacity building would be needed? So what infrastructure is going to be needed? How best can this inter-school collaboration project be managed? I don't have this answers to this. None of us has. So through research, through operational action research, we want to generate evidence-based information on which decisions can then be made. Of course, the issue around of the scaling of the prototype involves, first of all, we need to come up with an innovative product to begin with. We need your ideas into it, and then can we make it work? Of course, technology is easy. Human beings are more difficult. Okay, for technology, you can be called to this room and ask, saying there, we are going to give you 5 megabits per second. Using it, getting teachers to use it for a teaching and learning is a totally different issue. So we need to get it work, first of all. Then secondly, we need to reduce the costs after we have got it work, the efficiency, and then it can be scaled up. Either from bottom, where the school said, this is something we really need and we can move with it, or from the top, by government and so on. There are 4 areas of intervention which we are looking at: advocacy, digital content creation, infrastructure, professional development. Okay, for everyone who is involved here, teachers, students, and so on. And of course, there's monitoring and evaluation cutting across. For the purpose of this discussion, I will only deal with content creation. So, when you look at the content, okay, there is content at the school level, very useful for them. But in what form is it shareable, even at school level? I took 3 shots from 3 different schools. This is content somewhere. You think you can share this across? Yes, it's very useful, otherwise they wouldn't be keeping it. This was another school. This was another school. So, that is the status quo. How do we move forward from here? Okay, if we are going to say, let us have it shared on the e-learning platform, where are we going to begin from? So first of all, talking about one of the platforms which is under development. We have the experimental platform, but also there's one which is being built. One-stop center. And the e-learning platform really has these functionalities. Course creation management, document management, registering students. You can deliver courses there. You can make track who is doing what, and so on. You can administer tests, and so on. So the platform we are talking about does all of that. As we interact, as part of our interaction, as we have been interacting with different people, there was the question of, yes, in your prototype, which subjects are you going to start with? The issue of where are you going to start with? And our thinking was that we should start where it hurts most. We don't want to do an experiment on soft grounds. Say, let's look for the hardcore area. And you have all these reports on work of candidates by UNEP for so many years, and you have been trying to read all of this and see what can really come out of this. I think when you look at, for instance, just speaking, okay, when you look at physics, this year, 58.3% got F9. 68.1 got F9. 59.6 got F9. And we know exactly what Odong is going to say in the next bit. He will say physics remains the worst done subject, and so on and so on. So when you look at this, for these years, the average of F9, of people getting F9 is 62%. O level. So we said, I think this is one of the areas where we are going to begin, where it makes sense, not A level, the students are at A level, all the students are supposed to do physics at O level. Can we allow this to continue going on? 62% getting F9. Physics is one of them, but there are also others. Others, we are reading all those reports and say, this area, I think, teachers don't even teach it at all. And that's where we want to test out from. Just some of the ideas we have around this platform. I'm going to take through some of the ideas we have for physics. When you create the platform, there will be a login. Or what really someone would need is to be able to log in. Now, we try to look at the structure. We are trying to see, can we have some structure? Of course, the structure could be different for different subjects. But for instance, if we have the structure when I log into the online virtual physics class, maybe I may see there could be a reading section. Okay, where I can do reading, where I can do revision, where there could be downloadable content, where there could be online tests, which I can do on my own, where there could be virtual experiments, which I can do, and so on. So just give you a sense. Right, for instance, when I get into the reading section, this is where I would expect digital content. And this could be teachers' notes. We are also asked to develop a business model. Those who are going to produce content is not going to be free. You can get good free content. Basically, there would be a reading session where you would have those e-books and so on. If someone goes there, yes, there are e-books you can download if you really want. Okay? Enough, the platform is responsive, meaning that you can access it on all the platforms. Computers, students during their holidays, they have tablets, they have smartphones and so on. You can access. Okay, so they could enter session and all what they are interested in is to do revision. For instance, revision quizzes, week are self-marking. Then you have another session. You saw those files they are keeping tests. They pull out, pick a few. Can you have a session where we could have maybe print-ready downloadable tests? Let's say the teacher, when he goes there, there's a test which is ready. This one, they would have answers on a separate sheet. If it really just wants out to print for the students to do, he prints up here. It has already the answers so that they really don't waste time on that. We have another session for interactive online tests, and the students can do them from anywhere. Then we have another area for online virtual experiments. The virtual experiments are there, but the students don't have to do them when they are online. They can download the instructions for these other ones, do them. I want to say something around scientific skills to develop in the students when we give them a practical like this one. So we have what we call the science manipulative skills, and we have what we call the science process skills. Again, listen to a dog. Okay? When you present next the results, you would say the students lack the science process skills. These science process skills, these ones you can only develop them by handling. These ones you can develop them by virtual experiments. You read the weakness, okay, you can read the weakness in those other books, what he talks about, what UNEP talks about, weakness of candidates, what can be done. Okay, a lot of these can be done using online virtual experiments, and just want to log to one of them. Maybe this is an experiment on the simple pendulum. They can measure, they can set this one into oscillation, they can have the stop clock, measure the time, and so on. And there are experiments on so many different things. Okay. Now the students would do their practical work in their books. Okay. So you have something like this. Now they can upload, they can just scan, they do within their books, they scan this, upload it on the e-learning platform. And we'll be having facilitators on and the other sessions for the discussion. I just want to look at this other session where we have learning objects. This session would have interactive content. Some of you, the IT guys, I hope you know HTML5 content, which is interactive. And let me just show one of them. I'm a physics teacher and I know how difficult it is to teach. But when we get into content like this one here, now this is interactive content, and I just want to just show a bit of it. Interact with this content here and study all these laws, and so on. So there is going to be a session where we have this interactive content, which the students can interact and study on there. Lastly, around the video conferencing session, so that we have video conferencing between the schools. Now, the platform which we are using, some of you are asking the hardware. We are not using a hardware platform. We are using a software platform. There are a lot of software platforms for video conferencing. And the one which we have zero stone is the Zoom. It is already there. We don't need any setup or maintenance costs. We just need a license. And the licenses are not very expensive. It is about $15 per month per host. And then the other advantage is responsive. You can access it. Really, it can be anywhere. It allows screen sharing. So you could have asked me to make this presentation from my home. I don't really needed to have come from here. But you can also share audio and video. So you could have, if it is literature, you could have students from different schools seeing the play together. And then after that, there's a discussion. The lessons are recorded. Okay, there is a function for recording these lessons so that the teacher can go over them, the students can go over them during their time. There are breakout rooms. If you wanted to get them into separate groups, they can break out and then you come back to the plenary. So we are looking at things like a debate. Can we have a debate where one of the opposer is from Yiganga SS and the other opposer is from another school? So that they are not competing, but they are collaborating. I just want to share with you. Yesterday we had a video link between Nabisunsa and Chisubi, and this was a double geography lesson. This is the teacher of Nabisunsa at this point seated here. The teacher of Nabisunsa dealt with the first part of the lesson, and the teacher of Chisubi dealt with the second part of the lesson. You can see these students here. You can also log in as a head teacher. When you know when the lesson is going to take place, a link is shared with you. You can also log in from anywhere, from your vehicle, from any home. You can follow the lessons. Thank you.
Probably maybe before Mr. Kakinda leaves the floor, is there any question so that he can answer it? Your name?
Darius, to our Ministry of Education, this question is mostly on the capacity of the service providers, I mean the teachers. Are they really enough to deliver the communication or the whatever using the ICT in these schools? The preparation for introducing this 1 year in terms of the human resource, I mean the teachers, the number of teachers in the school countrywide to deliver effectively. Thank you.
The e-learning platform. In ICT, there are some platforms that are already there, but there is a challenge of the content which is there. Because some of the content, when you are to analyze it, it is not correct content. So how are you going to ensure that teachers who are, for example, subscribing to that e-learning platform give quality content to the learners? Then, how are we going to ensure that there is no, for example, cheating of exams? Because if the learners are also accessing the platform, you may assume I'm going to give a test to my students. Then when the students have gone beyond you, they already have the test with them.
Okay, when we talk about capacity building for integration, for using e-learning, I think what the teachers need, it is a new word which has been coined recently. Okay? They need what is called TPAC. TPAC is technology, pedagogical, and content knowledge. They need content on the subject. They need the pedagogy. How do you pass on the skills? Even the way you pass on skills, the knowledge in e-learning is totally different from face to face. And then they need the knowledge. Okay, so they are the combination of technology, pedagogy, and content. The other one was around someone who was asking around the content on the platform. I say the content is, okay, is not going to be free. We are going to pay the people who are producing content. But there is criteria, not any junk content. Okay? Things to do is accuracy. The content must be accurate. The content must be objective-oriented. Okay, what are the knowledge? What is the knowledge competences you are passing on? What are the skills competences you are passing on? The content must be preferably interactive, and so on. So there is criteria. It is not just any Tom and Dick content.